Hot Tramp Fest.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I have a hair that's like stuck to my lip gloss.
So how are you excited?
Very stoked. Yes. So excited, yeah.
What's the main difference for you performing as part of a festival and just doing something that's a bit more on your own?
I think a good thing about playing a festival is that it connects a lot of artists, especially with Hot Tramp, with similar interests or all femme performers, which is so crucial to help build a community around what we're doing.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique festival. It's the first Hot Tramp Fest, so it's exciting to be a part of that. And I think that Montreal needs a little bit more femme energy, so.
I think everywhere needs it.
Yeah, it's true.
But yes.
I think it's also nice that it's like a small, like a more grassroots kind of festival, as opposed to like, I feel like playing bigger festivals, even ones that like are still fairly community based, they can feel overwhelming and you can get lost in the shuffle, and like, you know, this one I think is gonna have a really nice like tight knit feel to it, and like all the artists will be supporting each other, and I think it'll be great.
And I know for you, Rosie, this show at the festival is also going to be the Bodywash album launch. So it's like there's like an extra level
Cherry
of
on
excitement
top,
for you.
sure. Yeah, we're really excited.
What's the album called?
It's called Comforter.
And how would you, I know it's always hard for musicians to describe their music, but how would you describe the sound of the album?
The album? I mean, it's definitely sort of a blend of like our biggest influences, which are probably like dream pop and shoegaze, and there's some kind of like 90s like IDM and trip hop vibes in there as well. We like it at least.
Yeah. And Hanorah, what do you have planned for your set at the festival? Is it related to a current project or?
Kind of yes and no. I'm kind of like a new guitar player, and I'm going to be doing this show solo. So some of the songs on my Good Guys, Bad Guys EP that I recently released will happen live, but way more stripped back.
As a performer, do you feel like your music being so personal, but also saying something with a strong point of view, does that kind of create a vulnerability for you on stage? Like, do you sometimes feel like is the audience gonna come with me?
Oh my gosh, yes, but I feel like that vulnerability is crucial to connect in a real way, you know? I feel like if I just kind of showed up with like a steel wall and gave the same exact vibe to every single performance I gave, it wouldn't really have the effect that the music I make would need to have.
Right.
And I'm really open about what it is, about the consent stuff and overcoming trauma related to sexual assault and all these things. And every single time I do a show and talk about that, some woman comes to me, usually a woman with tears in her eyes, holds my hand and tells me this whole story about what she's been through, and I'm like, how can I sacrifice that for anything? So it's vulnerable and it feels scary and naked to do that on a stage, but I mean, it means that I'm, you know, opening up a conversation for somebody who needs to say this happened to me as well.
But do you find, like, I find sometimes like when people really respond to your work on a personal level, like it's so kind of surreal that the music can reach someone on that level. But then it's also, I don't know, for me, when in the moments when that happens, like it's like I also kind of like feel this like this weird kind of responsibility. Like, do you find like that you feel like a kind of responsibility in terms of like how the audience receives what you're offering, or how much of it is for you?
Yeah, I definitely think that around this kind of subject matter, there's like a pressure to be like maximum woke or whatever, and be like the gatekeeper of all information and knowledge about this one thing, especially because it's only entered mainstream conversation so recently. But the reality is I can only speak on my own experiences and say exactly that. Like, this is what I've been through. I know I'm not the only one in the room, and here's what I am giving to you, and you can take with it what you will. That's got to be the journey.
Yeah, amazing. I'm so excited.
Oh, thanks.
And Maryze, this has been like a crazy year for you. You just finished a pretty major tour.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling going into the festival?
I'm feeling so good. Like, it's really nice to come home, and like we said, it's kind of a grassroots festival, so to be amongst what feels like family and friends, and discover new artists. And yeah, I definitely learned a lot on the road and just feel more confident in my own performances. So I want to bring that to the festival, and I'm introducing a keyboard player and a beat man, I call him, because he's not just a DJ or a percussionist, he's kind of doing multiple beat type things.
Okay.
So currently his name is the Beat Man.
Okay, that sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
And what has the response been to, because you released the EP and you went on tour, so what has the reaction been like for you?
It's been great. Like I've been especially touched by Anglophone audiences who connect with the French music.
You're bilingual?
Yes.
And so was it important for you to have a French song and showcase that side of your expression on the EP?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually started writing songs more in French than I did in English, and I'm hoping to release new ones as well soon. And that song is pretty close to my heart, so it's great to see people connecting with that, even if they don't speak French necessarily. It's often a song that people come and talk to me after a show and say it really resonated with them, even if they don't understand. So that's pretty special, and that makes me feel like I'm getting something across that's connecting with people. So.
Hanorah, for you, like, what's that process been like of like building an audience and getting your work out there?
At first, I didn't have a clue how anything worked, and I just kind of like got my band together. Like I met my guitarist Paul, and he was busking in the Metro. I'm like, you're the first guitarist I've ever met, and now we're in a band together. Like I just picked people because I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
And then just said yes to every opportunity, no matter how bad it was. And then eventually, I was like, okay, like people like what we're doing, like we're filling our venues now, but I feel like I don't know how to make that connection, that next step to find a team to help me with the stuff I don't know about.
Right.
So I was just like, screw it, I'll go on La Voix. And I like that was like maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But
what's La Voix?
La Voix.
Oh, the show.
Yeah, like the voice.
I thought you went on like some website called La Voix that like hooks you up with a team.
Young single seeking label, yeah.
So did that show like change the game for you, like in terms of people finding you, but also industry people finding you?
Absolutely.
Like it really opened that door for you?
Yeah, I mean, Les Sœurs Boulay, which are a Quebec Franco duo, a sister duo, they were guest coaches or guest mentors on the team that I was on, Pierre Lapointe's team. And I think I sang I Try by Macy Gray with my friend.
That.
Me too.
Okay,
yeah.
is that video online?
It's on Spotify. We did an album version of it.
Okay, I am so excited. I'm gonna like run home and listen to that.
Oh my gosh. But they heard me do that song, and I guess they liked it. I guess like they on the video. I don't know if it still exists, but Stephanie is just like you know, moving hard, and she's got like tears in her eyes because of the whole like backstory and stuff. And so they showed that performance to the head of Dare to Care, which is the label I'm on right now. And then they had a meeting with me. The whole team started coming to our shows and seeing what this was all about, and then they made an offer. And then a year later or so, we released the record. So
that's so cool. Do you each have a pre-show ritual, like when you're getting ready for a show? Like, is there, I don't know, whether it's just like doing your makeup or just like anything that you do to like get show ready?
Definitely doing my makeup.
Yeah. Is that like, do you find it's like it calms you and it like sort of centers you?
Yeah, because there's so much chaos for me that goes on around the shows, like the band, and this one's running that way, and this one lost his shoe, and all these crazy things that it's just nobody talk to me. I'm having my own moment right now, just so I can get in there for sure.
I usually dump all of my clothes out on my bed and then like make my roommate or bandmates help me figure out what I'm gonna wear.
Amazing.
We've done shows when we've like gone on tour. I'll bring like so many extra bags of clothes and make them like watch me go through so many outfits. It's like a ritual thing.
Yeah.
It's not even it's just like going through the different possibilities to like calm down before the show.
Well, you need to feel good about how you present yourself on stage.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have a pre-show?
Yeah, I mean, this is like pretty corny. This is very corny, but I'm gonna say it. But I usually just kind of like have a little inner dialogue with my grandma because she came from France with my dad in the 50s, and she, like, I just feel like I owe her a lot to kind of have brought the family over here and give me opportunities here. And she was one of the first people to really believe in my music, and you know, my French family is pretty important to my identity. So I'd say thank you, and I think about her. It's so corny.
No, it's not. I don't find it's corny at all. I feel like it's profound.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wrap up with like a little, like just a couple of like rapid fire questions so you can like each respond.
Here we go.
So favorite singer?
My gut instinct was to say Joni Mitchell, so I'm
Perfect.
gonna stick with that.
Same question?
Yeah.
Etta James.
Etta James.
James.
Elizabeth Fraser. I
You're gonna be mad at me, but Lady Gaga. 'Cause
I
I know you. Okay, I don't like her that much.
No, it's a love-hate thing.
Okay,
It started off like being pure love, but I still love her voice.
Okay.
Like I love the tone, I love listening to her sing. I do still love that.
Okay.
Dream collaborator.
We keep starting with me.
I
I think
know.
we should reverse the order.
I'm
Dream
gonna say Lady
collaborator.
Gaga again. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Can the person be like not alive?
Yes.
Otis Redding. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, big time.
I think for me right now, probably Julie Holter.
An indie artist that you know and love that you think people should know about. We can start with you.
Oh my gosh, I have to pick one.
You can name a few. You can name something.
Everybody in the group chat, man. I guess I'll start with Chintzia and the Eclipse.
Lafayette. They're a francophone witch pop.
Helena Delisle.
Awesome, cool. And dream city to do a show in, or dream venue if there's like somewhere that you're just like, I want to perform there one day.
The Apollo.
Oh, that's a really good choice.
I'm gonna go with the Vogue in Vancouver, just because that's my hometown, and I would think
Yeah, I would probably also say Lee's Palace in Toronto, even though it's like.
Oh, I'm playing there in September.
Yeah, nice.
Great. Well, thank you all so much. Break a leg at the shows. I can't wait to see the performances. It's going to be amazing. And everyone watching this, come check out the shows. Hot Tramp Fest is where it's at. It's going to be absolutely bananas. So please come check everyone out.